Hi, you guys. Welcome back to OM Gina. I get it. I have not been consistent, like at all. But, I have really good news. So, like a prior episode, I always get personal with you guys. I was talking to you guys and letting you know I'm trying to go a little further in my payroll career and like how I failed that exam and everything. But I passed. Yo, girl passed. Whoop, whoop. Right? So now I am officially back in action. This is now my priority, and consistency is on an all high now. I'll be back every day, every single day. But today's episode is about evolving and eliminating. And I got this from, I know everybody got social media. It's this video that was floating around. His name is Dr. Keon. And he was basically speaking about how, when you have your circle and everything, it's not even just subject to friends. It could be family. It could be anybody that you make a priority in your life. And, if you're a big person or whatever, like, don't shorten yourself. Don't be small because the people in your circle have a small mindset. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'll go a little personal, like me. I look at life as being extra. like every little thing excites me. Someone does something really good. I'm just like, oh my gosh. And you know what I'm saying? That's me though. And I'm not saying because I'm surrounded around people that don't get that excited that, oh no, you're trying to be funny. No, it's okay. That's not you. That's me. I'll be excited for myself. So whatever. I just loved what he was talking about because when you think about it, you're sitting here around your people. You sitting here around your family. And you're talking about what you're doing in life or what you just passed and everything and stuff like that. And then you get the little, oh, okay. Like, okay, you don't got to be extra like me, but that sounds a little weird. So that's why I really wanted to talk about that evolving and eliminating. For the simple fact, you have to look at the people that surround you. Like, that's what you have to do. And this has no limitations. I'm not talking about oh no, but this is my partner. This is my spouse. I can't do that. Sometimes stuff like that be happening. This includes partners, spouses, men and women, friends and family. It's sad that you got to say family though, but on the down low, family really be hating though. Like, they really do. And for me personally, I feel like this is the season for elimination. It just does. Because the mindset, I always talk about the mindset with you guys. It's just like what I choose to be around in life, like what I want surrounding me. At some point, you know what I'm saying? The mindset has to get better. I don't want to be hanging around people that's still enjoying life where we were 20 years ago. That's crazy. That's crazy. You need to grow up. You need to get it together. You need to sit here and think about the life that you want to make for yourself and take the steps to it. And when I say stuff like that, I'm not talking about financially. It has nothing to do with finances. You can sit here and just be like, yo, I've been looking like this or thinking like this. It's time for me to do something new. And honestly, how I personally feel, I know when it comes down to starting a business, finances are at an all-time high. Like, you need money to get it done. Sometimes it doesn't necessarily really take that. You have to look at the world that we live in now. Social media is like over the news at this point. You hear something, ain't nobody gonna turn on the news. You're gonna sit there, search Facebook, go on Instagram, look on TikTok. So that's why when it boils down to it, anything that you're trying to do in life, just post it. Just be consistent. Just put yourself out there. Like I always say, you have to have faith in yourself. But I always get personal with y'all, right? So I'm not going to lie, and y'all tell me if I'm wrong or not. When I was letting y'all know how I passed my examination and everything, right? Of course, during that season, I had to be in a state of isolation. And me personally, I felt like a lot of people wasn't really feeling the isolation or whatever. They looked at me like, you being funny. I don't know what you got going on in life right now, but we used to always talk and this and that, you being funny. And honestly, I saw something on Facebook this morning and it said, I am not your property. I am not required. I'm not obligated to call you every day, to text you every day, to be in contact with you every day. I'm not your property. You can't tell me how to live my life. And I was like, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. And I don't know. Like I always talk to you. I'm really trying to get away from the people out here trying to play me. No. I'm not even saying that no more. I just feel like without me sounding like I got a big head or whatever, but our mindsets are not matching. It's just not matching because you want to be content with the way your life is. You're not even in the steps of trying to do something better. And like I always say, energy is transferable. I can sit here and have this plan that I'm trying to do or something like that, and then you just being as negative as you are. Oh no, don't do that. I know y'all remember that other episode I did when I was talking about when I really did fail that examination, and somebody said, why would you do it again if you already failed? I don't say anything that someone says is stupid, but that's the stupidest thing I've ever heard. If you fail at something, why would you not do it again? That just shows that you're not trying to succeed at all. You're just content with being looked as a failure. I don't want to be looked as a failure. I don't want to do that. But honestly, failure, I spoke about this before too. I look at failure being one of the best things that can ever happen to you. Because when you fail, of course, you get in your feelings, you get a little depressed and all that. But and then you got to sit back and look at it. Like, okay, if I failed, I'm going to go back and do it, and I'm not going to fail again though. That's like a push for yourself. That's a push from you to keep going. And since we're talking about that, evolve and eliminate, I really want to talk about how it really bothers me, right? So I am in my 30s, and of course society plays a role in it. You have people that are at a place that you're trying to get to or whatever, right? So me personally, time to go personal. And, you know, you have people asking me like, yo, like you and Corey been together for years and years. Why didn't he propose? Or, ayo, cuz, why didn't you do this and that? Let me give the answer because I'm tired of this. The answer is, I know it's like a 1 in a million, but that's why it takes time. I do not want to get a divorce. I can't say, hey, when I get married, I'm not getting a divorce. How am I supposed to know that? That's why taking the time out to sit here and work on communication. I feel like communication is number one. I'm not including trust, because why would you be in a relationship with somebody that you don't trust? If you don't trust somebody, you don't need to be together, because y'all gonna argue all the time. So we don't gotta worry about no trust. It's just a simple fact of communication, because you can't tell someone how to take in all that you're saying. I can't tell you, yo, you better not have no feelings about this because I didn't even mean it like that. You can't tell someone how to feel. You can't do that. You can sit here and work on your communication to make sure that, number one, you know the other person's triggers, you know what I'm saying? Because you could be making a joke about something and not know good and well that it's pissing the other person off. So communication, right? I think, yeah, we're really good with that. And it's just like sitting here and knowing like, yo, I'm really content with being with this person for the rest of my life. Oh, content. So it's different meanings for content. I think I said that. I think I put that word wrong. No, not being content with each other. Just knowing good and well that it ain't nothing else out here better than what I have right now. That's the gist of it. And I mean, it's like we are there, but I know people out there have to be scared about getting married. You know what I'm saying? It's just scary because, like I always talk about, people's feelings change every day. I don't see that, but that's another thing when I talk about that self-worth. And another thing is we have to understand all of the choices that we make in life. Good choices and bad choices. Either choice, there's going to be a consequence. You know what I'm saying? So we can't sit here and say, wow, I've been spending years and years and years with you, or I'm just sitting here and popping out kids over and over with you, and we end up like this. Everybody got to look at it like that. That was a choice that we made. The other person didn't force you to do it. You decided to do that. So we just have to live with it. But, all right. So I answered marriage for y'all. We good over here. We good. I'm just not trying to rush it, because I feel like when we try to rush things in life and not properly see it through, but I can't even say the properly see it through because things change every day. Well, what I'm saying is when you have that gut feeling like, you know what, something is missing, let me double check and this and that. That's just where we at right now. We good to go. When it happens, it's happened. It happens. Everything happens for a reason. Nothing is accidental. And, oh man, this gonna be the one to talk about now. Number 2, I'm tired of everybody hitting me up and saying, you're in your 30s. When are you truly going to sit here and have a baby? I don't understand what you're waiting for. It's more to that. Everybody keep asking, and it boils down to the, I'm really taking the time out to sit here and get everything that I want in life before I sit here and become a mother. Because when I become a mother, whatever I'm trying to do, that comes secondary. I'm not first no more. My children will be number one. And I still got things that I'm trying to do right now. And it's just like, y'all keep asking me, are y'all going to be with me 24/7 when I have these children? Y'all going to give me some money when it's time for these children, when I got to buy them everything? You have to stop. That's another thing. Stop asking men and women, why don't you have children? Because honestly, you never know what a man or woman is going through internally. You don't know. Like, that's one of the most disrespectful things you could ever do to somebody, because what I'm saying, something serious like that, because you don't know how the other person's going to take it. You don't know how it makes them feel. In my opinion, that's when that isolation can turn into a lifetime, because that other person could sit here and look and be like, yo, you always do this when it come to me. Like, you're always doing this. And it's like every day. Like, every time I'm on the phone with you, you want to talk about this. Every time I see you, that's your go-to. Because it's kind of like, are you even truly there for me? Like, do you even really care? Because if you know I'm sitting here and telling you this and that, probably hit them with an Ayo, cuz so-and-so, and then you probably got a girl like, girl, so let me tell you. And then by y'all knowing that, you still bringing it up to the other person, that don't sound like care no more. It sound like you trying to be funny. You trying to be funny. And this is not a knock on anyone, but I'm sure every time someone sits here and they're deciding to have a family, of course, nobody wants to sit here and be a single mother or a single father. The goal is always marriage. And that's another thing. Like, I do not want to have children until I'm married. That's just the gist of it. And I know people out there probably like, okay, but you get married and then what if you get a divorce? I mean, I put everything through God. Whatever is meant for me, it will be for me. Nothing can stop it. Like, absolutely nothing. But I just hate those two questions. I hate it. I really be wanting to sit here and be like, thank you for all of your advice. Oh my gosh, I keep forgetting your life is amazing. You have nothing wrong in your life. But I'm not trying to be nasty to nobody. But it's kind of like, you can't sit here and down talk somebody else because they don't have what you have. Because are you good to go with the stuff that you have? Or are you out here looking for help and needing help from somewhere else? Or are you truly just getting it all done by yourself? You got to worry about yourself instead of sitting here talking about the next person. Because if that's the way you live life, I don't need to talk to you. I don't need to see you. You don't need to be in my circle. You don't even deserve to be in my presence. That's crazy. That's too nasty for me. I am not going further in life and being surrounded around people that sit here and find joy in talking about the next person because they're a little lower than where they are. Or when people get higher, it's oh, look at him, look at her out here feeling herself because they doing this and that. Girl, man, leave them alone. Get on your shit so you could be up there with them. You don't sit here and talk about nobody. That just shows that you've been a hater from jump. You've been a hater. Haters ain't going nowhere. When these people sitting here moving on in life by you just being a permanent hater, you ain't going nowhere. You got to get yourself together. Get your life together. Focus on you for a minute. That's the whole reason why I want to talk about this, because isolation is not a bad thing. If you have people in your circle that's mad at you because you're isolating yourself, girl or man, you got your answer right there. They do not want to see you do better. They don't, because at some point, if you're isolating yourself, it's time to work on you. And a lot of people don't want to see that, because when you take the time out to work on yourself, that's when you start to realize, like, yo, I really don't need to be around this. I deserve so much more. And then when you actually do get at that point and you're just like, yo, it is elimination season and I'm good off you, and I'm good off y'all. I just be here by myself. And then when you act like that and then they see you doing better in life, of course, you're going to hear the, oh, wow, look at them. They feeling themselves. They got a big old head right now because they doing this and that. You said the right word. You said the right word, because we're doing this and that. We're getting shit done. We're getting it done. We're not being content. And I don't think people understand about that. Being content, that's one of the worst things that you can ever take on, being content. Just accepting the bare minimum from people. I'm not being full of myself, but I know my self-worth. I know what I want. I know what I deserve. If you can't give it to me, if you ain't trying to help me get to it, it's cool. I'm going to get it by myself, though. And then when I have my circle and everything, I need to have people like that in my circle. You know what I'm saying? That's just not content with what life gave us. Life is a mess. At times, life can be negative. That's why in your circle, you have to make sure that you have some type of positivity. If you have a negative circle, that energy is going to transfer. It's going to transfer, and all this hard work that you're doing right now, you're going to start second guessing yourself. You're going to start feeling like you can't do it no more because you got all these mouths in your ear right now making you second guess. Don't listen to that. Keep doing what you do, because you only gonna go higher. You're not going lower. We're going higher. A new year is coming in, evolving, and elimination. We have to do better, because I feel that within myself. And I'm sorry, but if you're not positive, we can't be in the mix no more, because I don't need negativity. I came through so many breakthroughs. I will never be going back, like ever in life. I'm never going back. So yes, you guys, evolving and elimination. I hope this episode helps someone out there. As always, it is always a pleasure talking to you guys, and I will speak to you guys tomorrow.